But I can tell you that for me, I always start my year by resting my digestive system. And what that looks like, we're going to talk about that in just a minute because I'm inviting you to be a part of the first 3 days of this year, the first week of this year. And of course, we're going to start it for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So if you know anyone that maybe want to do what I refer to as the ultimate 3 day detox to start the year off with, share the link and make sure you join me because we definitely want to give you the opportunity to be a part of this program. And the program itself is actually free. You just have to purchase a few things and you can be a part of it for 3 days. So this is a fasting program, but this is not a spiritual fast. We're fasting from food. So this fast is all about a couple of things actually. This fast is all about resting your digestive system, one, and also giving yourself the opportunity to become mentally disciplined because boy, let me tell you, it takes a different level. I'm talking a different level to be mentally disciplined during a fast. And so I am inviting you to take part with me in the beginning of the first three, let's say the first week, right? That 3 days, Monday through Wednesday, March 6th. Did I say March? January. January 6th through the 8th. So that's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We will be fasting with water and Seamoss. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how that looks. And I'm also going to talk to you about the benefits of Seamoss, especially for those of you that may have heard of Seamoss, but don't necessarily know the powerful benefits you gain when you fast with Seamoss and how Seamoss is known as a superfood around the world, especially if you're using wild harvested sea moss. Okay, so if you're just joining me again, I'm Dr. Shay King, and my whole goal on this page is to get you to eat emotionally well. And what that simply means is to recognize how you feel in your body as well as emotionally when you are either fasting from food or you're changing out your lifestyle and you want to eat better. And most of my programs, when it comes around eating, includes raw foods, it includes wild harvested sea moss, and it also includes a program around fasting for weight loss. All right, so with that introduction, we are about to begin. This video is going to be actually short, very, very short, because for most of you that are joining me, in the beginning of every year, I always talk about taking a break. And when I talk about taking a break, I'm talking about your digestive system, giving it the opportunity to rest and reset itself and to rejuvenate. And literally 3 days is a jump start, but I'm telling you how effective, if you fasting with sea moss and water, how effective this 3 day detox can be getting you started on your health and your weight loss journey. All right. Listen, I hope you guys can see me because just for some reason there's a glare here and I can't seem to see very well, but I'm trusting that you guys can hear me as well as see me. All right, so let's see. Let's close that out and let's begin. So, one of the first things, and you know what? I recognize when I say one of the first things, that's just a segue for me. So, you guys, if you're paying attention and watching for the first time, you'll hear me say that all the time. Either I'm going to say one of the first things or I'll say one of the things. And sometimes I have several things, but today we're going to talk about several things. And so, pardon me while I say one of the things, okay? All righty. Okay, so Happy New Year again. This is 2025, and I hope for you this is your year of health and wealth. Listen, I've got towards the end of the year, this year, I had two people really reached out to me and shared something with me that was so profound. Um, Listen, we have to remember that our health is truly our wealth, and if we do not protect it, um, when it comes to our life's journey, it can be shortened. And so I really want us to think about that because you can have a successful business, you can have a really great family, but if you're not considering your health as your priority, you really need to rethink how you are moving forward in your journey for 2025 as it relates to health and wellness. And remember, this is supposed to be a lifestyle. It's not about a diet or a quick fix, even though I advocate during the year doing detoxes. I advocate doing my 21-day cleanse. I have about 25 persons is starting the 21-day cleanse on March, January 6th as well. And so while there are a lot of things that I talk about when it comes to your overall journey of health, one of the things that I want to just encourage you more than anything else is if you are a person that is me- um, metabolically unhealthy, don't distract me, please. Metabolically unhealthy, I need you to consider, and you're thinking about weight loss, I need you to consider your health as a priority before you consider weight. All right, so let's just jump into it. So this Monday, yes, Monday, January 6th, we are starting 3 days of fasting with Seamoss. Now, if you are in if you want to be in the WhatsApp group, you just hit me up at 801-4885 and we will add you to the group. It is actually free to be a part of the 3 day detox fasting with Seamoss. It's actually free. You would just have to make your purchases of your Seamoss. Now, so one of the things we're going to start with is this. You need to have your Seamoss, okay? Period. Full stop. You need to have your Seamoss. For 3 days, we're going to be using, we just have two ingredients, water and sea moss. Now, I have a number of types of sea moss that I will tell you it's okay to use in your 3 day fast. And because people are hitting me up all the time, Shay, what sea moss should I use? Now, I put these in categories. Why? Because I recognize for some people, they have a priority. Some of their priorities are different. Let me just say that. And for most of us, our priority is weight loss. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So when it comes to fasting for the next 3 days with sea moss and water, if weight is your priority, like releasing weight is your priority, these are the three formulas I want to talk to you about and show you. And I have the image here. Why? Because when you reach out to me and say, Shay, what CMOS can I use? Really, you can use any CMOS once you are fasting with the group. Um, and using water, we will add you to the group. And all you have to do is hit me up and say, Shay, add me to the group. And then we'll add you to the group. So this is one of the CMOS you can fast with. It is my burn fat CMOS. It has, oh my goodness, so much wonderful ingredients to burn fat and to reduce inflammation. Um, but this does have guarana and green tea in it, and so it does have caffeine. But I promise you, this works. And this is extremely effective when you're fasting with us for the next 3 days if you want to release weight. All right, so that's the jar there. That's what it looks like. It does have instructions on the jar right there. However, if you're fasting with us for 3 days with water, you're going to be following the general instructions and guide that's in the WhatsApp group. So this is one that I recommend. Let me turn it right here. That's the burn fat. I recommend this one if weight loss is your priority when you're fasting with us for the 3 days. All right. So here's another one. If weight loss is your priority, bingo. This one right here. That one right there. Apple cider vinegar. This one right here. Fast with us. Now, keep in mind, all of my formulas use wild harvested sea moss. In addition to that, I add other organic ingredients to help to facilitate all of the information that I have on here, which the CMOS can do additionally. If you're joining us for the first time and you really don't know what CMOS is like or the benefits of CMOS, CMOS is considered an adaptogenic food. And what that means, and just in simplicity, is if you're taking CMOS and you have one condition, it will help you to reverse that condition. If your husband, your wife is taking CMOS and they have a different condition, it'll actually help with that condition as well. It is an adaptogenic food and it adapts to whomever is taking it to correct whatever is wrong. It is a superfood. Why? Because it has an abundance of minerals in it. It's also known as Irish moss around the world as well, or wild harvested sea moss. And I only use wild harvested sea moss in my formulas. I don't use pool grown sea moss or crafted sea moss, only wild harvested sea moss. And if you're using wild harvested sea moss, you can be sure it has the some 94 minerals in the sea moss. When you talk about those minerals, minerals are nutrients that the body needs in order to be healthy and sustain itself. Now, naturally, it is said that the body needs 102 minerals in order to be considered healthy and vibrant and living your best life. And sea moss actually has 94 of those minerals. So, if you have an abundance of mucus congestion, you want to get on sea moss, especially for those 3 days. And this particular formula here, the ginger honey as well as the turmeric and ginger, these two formulas here, if you have inflammation, you're dealing with mucus, sinusitis, and just congestion overall, these are the two formulas you want to take during the 3 days of fasting with sea moss. That is the ginger honey, and this is the turmeric and ginger with lemon sea moss gel. And in this ginger honey sea moss gel, we use raw, unfiltered honey as well. So the goal is to always keep our ingredients organic, local, and the best source of ingredients possible. Now, for those of you women like myself, if you are perimenopause, postmenopause, and going through menopause, or even dealing with PCOS symptoms, any of those hormonal disruptions, and you want to do the 3 day fasting with Seamoss with us, this is the one that you want to use right here. I call it Seamoss for her. And again, if you're dealing with any of the menopausal symptoms, if you're dealing with PCOS, the hot flashes, the heart palpitations, the night sweat, the dizziness, the headaches, all related around hormonal imbalance, CMOS for her is the CMOS that you want to use when you are dealing with those hormonal disruptions. Now, this is another one. This has become my favorite only for my male clients, right? Men only. This CMOS here, if you are a male and you want to join us during this time, this is the formula that you want to use right here. It's men only, and it also helps with improving blood flow, and that's blood flow to the heart as well as the male genitalias. Yep, right there. And it also improves your exercise performance. It also helps with heart flow. You name it. This formula is, I get a lot of people asking about this formula. It's for men only. Now, I want to say right here, I do have a few of my female clients that I give this formula to. But I won't talk about that in detail. Why? Because that's a whole nother show. Today, we are talking about the 3 day detox that we'll be doing fasting with sea moss and water starting Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 3 days in 2025, we will be fasting with water and sea moss only. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit after this about how much sea moss we should be taking while we are doing this 3 day fast. Now, here's another one, sarsaparilla. This formula here can be taken by males or females. Because there's a male on there, people get the impression that only males can take this formula. Absolutely not. So this does helps to reduce fluid retention. It also helps to reduce pain and swelling. It improves urinary abnormalities. It also helps with the flow of urine. It reduces pressure, blood pressure, as well as blood sugar. So this formula has stinging nettle as well as sarsaparilla, gold, and um, purple wild harvested sea moss. Okay, so you can definitely, if you're dealing with any of those symptoms, male or females, you can definitely use this sea moss gel as well. All right, so this is another one of my favorites. This is cinnamon and fennel. If you're managing type 2 diabetes, you want to improve your overall digestive health, help to regulate blood pressure, also asthma. If you're dealing with respiratory symptoms, you want to take this particular formula here. It's a cinnamon and fennel wild harvested sea moss gel. If you fit in that category, while we are doing 3 days of fasting with sea moss and water, this here is the formula that you're going to be taking. I have another formula, which is Soursop and moringa. This happens to just be one of the favorites. People just love soursop and moringa. If you haven't heard about moringa, moringa is known as the tree of life. It has so many wonderful health and healing benefits. And of course, soursop too as well. When you talk about detoxification, lowering your cholesterol, helping to defend pathogens, cellular regeneration, also rich in amino acids. This formula right here. So, depending on where you are on your journey, you can choose any of these CMOS because the goal is to be fasting with CMOS and water only for the next 3 days, starting January 6th. I don't know why I keep thinking March. You know why? Because March is when another program that I will be doing start. But yes, this January, January 6th, 7th, and 8th, 3 days, I want you to join me. We're going to be fasting with water and sea moss, and we just call it the ultimate 3 day detox. Okay, so that's all I'm going to share for now. Apple cider vinegar, we talked about that. Yeah. I think that's everything. We do have the matcha sea moss gel. That again is almost similar to the burn fat. It does help with burn fat. It does help with burning fat and that stubborn belly fat, if you will. So there are a couple of other formulas that you can choose from. But the ones we talked about, let's choose from those if we're going to be a part of this group where we're fasting with sea moss and water. So now that's the first set of information talking about sea moss. Now, secondly, is if you are in our WhatsApp group, it's a free group. The number is 801-4885. Just hit me up and message me. The area code is 242 801 4885, and you can be a part for free. The fasting for 3 days group, we're starting Monday, January 6th. Now, in the group, we're going to talk a little bit more about the amount of CMOS you should actually be taking if you are doing this fast according to your body weight. Now, some of us will be taking more CMOS than others. Why? According to our body weight, whether you're male or female. So, just for example, before we end this stream, I'm 140 pounds, and with that body weight, I can take anywhere from 1 to 2 tablespoons of sea moss each day while we are fasting with water. Now, when it comes to the water, there's still there's still a lot of controversy out there. I still don't know why, but there is when it comes to the amount of water that you should be drinking. So just generally speaking, so I'm 140 pounds. So you take your body weight and you divide that in half and you turn the half into ounces. So I'm 140 pounds. Half of that is 70 pounds. So we turn that into 70 ounces. And ideally, the amount of water I should be drinking is equivalent to 70 ounces, which is half of my body's pound weight. All right. Now, if it's kilogram for you, you got to go ahead and just kind of calculate that into the exact amount. But so let me just say that again, 140 pounds. So we take half of my body weight and we turn that into ounces. So ideally, I can be taking up to 2 tablespoons of Seamoss gel per day and drinking 70 ounces of water per day for the next 3 days if I want to be a part of this ultimate 3 day fasting with CMOS detox. Now, so one of the first questions I get is, Shay, can I drink more water? Yes, you can. Secondly is, can I take more CMOS? Yes, you can, because I just gave you the ideal amount according to your body weight. But once you join the group, what we will put in the WhatsApp group is the exact amount when you fit under certain categories of weight that you should be drinking, that you should be taking with CMOS. Just keep in mind, it's not a teaspoon. It is a tablespoon of CMOS that you're taking. So quickly, just to recap before we end this live stream, I want you to join me. Join me for 3 days starting January 6th. We're going to go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 3 days of fasting with CMOS. And so if this is your first time, I want to say welcome to Eat Emotionally Well. I'm Dr. Shay King, and the goal always for me is to get you not just to release your weight, but to keep it off and to eat emotionally well. And what that looks like is just recognizing how you feel when you eat what it is that you eat. I always encourage you to make eating a lifestyle, healthy eating a lifestyle, and not just a diet. So, again, if you want to join me for the 3 days that we'll be fasting with water and Seamoss, go ahead and hit me up at 242 801 4885. It is a free group. I did say free for the next 3 days. And in the group, we'll also teach you how to prepare for the next several days. So when we do start on Monday, we don't have as much withdrawal symptoms. So hit me up in the group. It's 242 801 4885, and we'll talk more about how we pre start for the 3 day ultimate detox of fasting with water and Seamoss. So, listen, I hope that information helped you. So, please share the link. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I don't know why, please subscribe and do it now. I'll see you soon. All right, guys, we'll see you soon.